I got to be honest with you guys. I don't know if I've ever seen a politician who people have a harder time attacking than Tim Walz. They just can't do it. They just can't. I mean, honestly, even you guys know I love Bernie, but even with Bernie, he seemingly gave his opponents more ammunition. It was easier for them to attack Bernie. With Tim Walz, there's nothing. Like, they got nothing. And so they have to muck up all of these fake-ass stories and try to play gotcha, right? It's very clear they're working backwards from their conclusion of, we don't like Tim Walz, he's a Democrat, he's with Kamala, so now we're going to attack. But the stuff they try to piece together in order to make the attacks, it is beyond humiliating. So I have a couple examples for you now. Tucker Carlson went on Megyn Kelly's show, and you tell me what you make of this one. Listen.
I lived in a boys' dorm in a New England boarding school in the 1980s with a lot of guys like Tim Walz, okay? So I saw that guy and I'm like, oh, wow, I know exactly. You're a creeper, as we used to call him, for sure. And, you know, I guess I probably shouldn't. I definitely shouldn't suggest what I'm suggesting without evidence. I don't have evidence beyond what I've seen. So I just want to say that I'm probably, again,
do you mean like a pervert? Like, I don't, when you say creepy, like,
there's something wrong with that guy. He's a weirdo. He's a weirdo. And you can tell watching him.
So just implying that, you know, he's a pervert, he's a creeper, he's interested in young boys. That's what he's implying there. That's what he's implying there. And when he's pushed on it, no, I don't have any evidence. Maybe I shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. And then he tries to use Tim Walz's attack against the right. He tries to flip it and use it against him, but it's not going to work. Everybody's seen the videos of Tim going into these restaurants and talking to people and being totally smooth and totally normal. Everybody's seen the interviews with Tim. Totally smooth, totally normal. Then you got J.D. Vance on your side. You want to talk about a creeper. You want to talk about somebody who struggles in personal interaction. Now, look, I understand that, right? You might be surprised to hear, but I am an introvert. I prefer solitude than to being in, like, big crowds of people. But I'm not a politician. And clearly, J.D. Vance picked the wrong field, because you get him in front of 2 or 3 people, all of a sudden he becomes the world's most awkward man. How long have you worked at the donut shop, sir? 2 weeks. Okay, good. Okay, so just implying that there's something that he's a creeper and something is perverted about him, that's just a fucking low blow, and he knows it. And he knows it's not true about Tim Walz, but we're just getting started. I love this one. This is Matt Walsh, the guy who goes to sleep thinking about trans people, wakes up thinking about trans people, does 4 segments on trans people seemingly every day. This is who Matt Walsh is, right? Kamala and Walz are evil people. Yes, they're bumbling morons. Yes, they're painfully incompetent. But the main thing about them is that they are truly wicked down to their core. This is the most morally debased presidential ticket of all time, maybe second only to Hillary. Maybe. Matt, that's one of those things where I'm going to have to say, citation needed. You're just calling them evil. How? How are they evil? What's the problem? What have they done? Do you care to explain, or are you just a fucking moron who's throwing red meat to your own base and you have zero policy substance in your attack? By the way, also, the idea they're incompetent. Tim Walz is literally the most competent governor in the entire country, and that's not an opinion, that's a fact. He had a 1-seat majority, and he got through a gigantic agenda. Even if you don't agree with it, Matt Walsh, and I know you don't, that is hyper-competence. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he succeeded. So he calls them evil. Please, explain. What does that mean? How the fuck are they evil? I'd love for you to dive into it. Please. Why? Because Tim Walz accepts trans people? Knows they exist and want them to be treated equally under the law? To him, that is something that's evil. But to the rest of the country, what is Tim Walz most known for? Universal free school meals, breakfast and lunch, for kids, feeding kids, that's fucking lovely, and 12 weeks paid sick leave and 12 weeks paid family leave. That's what he is most known for in the country. That's what he's most known for. Now, by the way, Matt Walsh loves to virtue signal about Christianity, about being a Christian. We love Jesus. Well, here you have a Democratic governor who, like I said, gave universal free school meals to kids. And he hates him. A guy who did something that Jesus would do, and he goes, no, I don't like him. I hate him. So again, tell me who the good Christian is. Tell me who the good Christian is. And then finally, oh, this is my favorite. So this guy tweets, yes, this is Tim Walz tweeting about his dog Scout. Only problem is that these are two completely different dogs. So you see one here sending a special birthday shout out to our favorite pup Scout. You see him here. Then this one says, beautiful fall day at the dog park. I know Scout enjoyed it. And you see a picture of him with a different dog. And so the claim that they're making is, look at how fake this guy is. He's got his dog Scout, and he's just pretending this other dog is his dog Scout because it's all about the optics. It's all about trying to look like a normal guy. This is the argument that this guy's making. What's the problem? It is a total and complete lie. Look at this. The dog on the right is just a random dog at the dog park that Scout was playing with. You morons could have done your own research and went to Tim Walz's Instagram and found the video in 10 seconds. So in other words, this guy paused the video, took a picture of the moment when Tim Walz is petting another dog and pretended like Tim Walz was pawning off this other dog as if it was Scout. That's just a fucking lie. That's just a fucking lie. Look, this is what it's really from.
Oh, are you jealous?
There's Scout, petting Scout. There's another portion where he pets the other dog. Guys, I'm going to say this as straightforward as possible. These people are loathsome liars. They are full of shit. They mean nothing of what they say. All they care about is tearing down Tim Walz. All they care about is smearing him. All they care about is defeating him politically, and they have no morals and they have no ethics. They don't care how they get there. They are liars. One of my biggest problems as a political commentator, a pundit for all these years, one of my biggest weak spots is I always assume the best in people. That, look, if you say you believe X, I'm going to say you believe X, right? I'll take you at face value. What you claim, all right, I'm with it. And I'll engage honestly in good faith on those grounds. Guess what? I was fucking wrong. I was wrong. I need to be a lot faster to assume bad faith, to assume lies, to assume people are just smear merchants with an agenda, because that's exactly what they are. And now there's so much evidence, I can no longer ignore it. So I have no interest in playing patty cakes with these people and acting like they have a legitimate point of view. They just don't happen to agree with me. No, you're fucking liars is what you are. And you're pathetic human beings. So there you have it. Keep trying, guys. Keep trying to go after Tim Walz. You just make yourself look more and more and more ridiculous. And that's why they're resorting to these disgusting tactics. Because they know they got nothing on them, and so they just have to make stuff up. That's the reality. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.